Hey guys, welcome back to the Expatrio channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today you're going to learn how to cook for me. Okay, no, you're not going to learn how to cook for me, but I'm a German and I love German food, so I'm going to teach you some German food, and if you cook that for me, I'll be very happy, okay? So, the first thing I'd like to teach you is bread. Bread is super important for all the Germans. Like I said in another video, to which you can find the link under here, it is part of the German heart and soul. For us Germans, bread isn't just something you eat with a meal. It is the meal. There are so many breads, you can't even count them. There is PUMPERNICKEL, which are small, black pieces of bread that most foreigners can't actually identify as bread, but I assure you they are, and they are really good. In general, German cuisine is not entirely sexy and it's not as well known as, say, the French cuisine, but that doesn't make it less good. There's a lot of cabbage, there's a lot of potatoes, there's a lot of meat, and there is a lot of pork. And I realize that that's not that sexy, but come on, at least it fills you up. Another thing you will not be able to miss is KÄSESPÄTZLE. It's different layers of small pasta combined with grated cheese and fried onion, and it's really, really delicious. Now, sometimes some very German people will add applesauce to it, and that sounds really weird, and that's because it is. But still, give it a go. So you know the way cool New Yorkers or people in London or people in Paris are going to have a coffee on the go? Not in Germany. In Germany, you have Currywurst on the go. Currywurst is small pieces of chopped sausage with spicy ketchup, and it comes with a little white piece of paper that they're on, and you sort of eat it from a wooden stick, and it's all a bit weird, but it's really good and really nasty at the same time. It's incredibly unhealthy and super nice to eat. It's delicious, and yeah, you'll find Germans eating it just on the go. And then there is Kartoffelpuffer. What is that? It's grated potatoes, flour and an egg fried like a pancake, and sometimes Germans eat it for breakfast. Sometimes they also eat it for dinner. Actually, they eat it all the time, and so should you, because it's really nice. Now the next dish is probably the most unsexy dish, but the best. It's called rouladen, and here is a picture of it, because I can't even describe what it is. I think it's pickles and bacon and minced beef wrapped around it, but I have no idea, but it's really nice. If you are not German and you have decided to visit the country and you're going to go to the Oktoberfest, which is the crazy party in Munich happening in September, makes no sense because it doesn't. And if you want to know more about the Oktoberfest, go under here and check the link to the video we made about it. If you want to eat a typical Oktoberfest dish, eat a schnitzel. You probably heard it before, you know what it is. It's kind of a piece of meat. It can be chicken, it can be veal, it can be beef, it really can be anything. Fried in breadcrumbs, really unhealthy, really good for a hangover. Next up is the thing my granny always used to make for me, and it's called SAUERBRATEN. And the reason it's so difficult to make it perfect is because you take meat and you pickle it and marinate it for days and weeks and months, and sometimes years. I think my granny made one when I was born and served it to me on my 18th birthday, and guess what? It was really good. Next up, also really good for hangovers, the well-known pretzel or BREZEL. It is a long strip of dough that is put together like a knot, which is really hard to do actually, and then it's not baked, it's first boiled and then baked, and that is the secret why it's so incredibly delicious. And then you toss a bit of butter and salt over it, and it is a happy German person you're feeding. Now, if you want to give your body a really bad time of digesting something incredibly unhealthy, but you want some soul food, I recommend SCHWARZWÄLDER KIRSCHTORTE. That translates as a black forest cake, and it's just the most unhealthy things you can possibly imagine, with a lot of sugar on top, and put in the oven, and then you eat it, and that's all you need to know. Enjoy. So like I said in about every other video in this channel, beer is very important. If you move to Germany, you've just got to have lots of it. Otherwise, you will never understand the German culture and you will probably not have friends. That is a sad truth, but it's a truth. Now, there are very different types of beer. Lager, wet beer, dark beer, strong beer, Kölsch, which is the Cologne beer, the Bavarian beer, The list goes on. And the Germans are really funny when it comes to, manipulating certain rules. For example, the Catholic monks in the 15th century in the Benedictine abbeys knew that they were not allowed to drink any alcohol during the Lent time, which is quite long. So they were like, okay, what are we going to do? We're just going to create a dark lager that officially doesn't contain alcohol, but really it has more alcohol than the regular beer. So no one knew this, and in these abbeys, they just spent 2 centuries drinking that beer, being very pious for Lent, when really they were just drunk all the time. And then the rest of Germany was like, oh, what is that? That tastes nice. And now dark beer is a huge factor in the German beer industry. So be sure to try that as well. And then, of course, at Expatrio, we have a lot of understanding for people who come to Germany and are not that much into drinking. That's okay. You will still find friends here, I think. In your case, you can drink non-alcoholic drinks because that is, of course, acceptable in Germany. You can have water. You can also have coffee, which you can get anywhere, or you can have half alcoholic, half non-alcoholic drinks like Radler, which is a lemonade, mostly Sprite, mixed with a light beer. Very refreshing, doesn't really get you drunk, best for a good start to the day, and it kind of compares to the British shandy. And yes, I just admitted that I drink that in the morning sometimes, and that is all you need to know for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to our German cuisine channel today. Make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel if you like my face, and watch the other videos. Take care.